Hello,
Yeah,
hello. Nice
I
to meet
see a
you.
girl with dark hair, round, round face.
That's a
Right
great
on.
description.
Is that you? What's your name?
My name is Jen.
Jen.
Short,
Hi, Jen.
short for
And
Jennifer.
Jennifer, I sussed that one out. You didn't have no probs.
All
It's like
right,
all these, they shorten, your name, make it a nick.
all right. And I'm Tommy. I leave you with Andy now, so you can just start to make the interview. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Well, thank you. Well, thanks,
So
Andy,
where
for
you
joining
at?
me.
Where you at?
I am in Boston, Massachusetts.
You're in Boston, Beantown. All
Exactly,
right.
yeah. Have you spent a lot of time in
Oh,
Boston?
I was gonna talk to Cali. What the fuck
Correct.
happened to California?
I'm
Did an earthquake
trying to
hit?
make my way there.
Did it disappear from the map? Well, all right. So you're you are there to ask questions. I'm here to shoot back. So let's start our dialogue over
Yeah,
there.
let's start.
Cheers. It's good wine, actually. It's Chilean or something, or Argentinian. I don't know.
Ah,
Okay.
yeah, no, thanks for joining me. I'm excited to chat music with you. So you're wrapping up the 60th anniversary tour. How has that
Yeah,
experience been
fucking
like?
unbelievable, man, that I survived this far. I mean, I don't feel any different from when I was 30 or 25 or 35. I feel the fucking same, and I basically look the same. It's just trippy. And then you think back, I realized that, hell, I know not a scooper for 40 years, 40 fucking years. And yeah, a lot of people have passed away of late, of course. And I suppose that's a natural factor of getting of age. Maybe one day someone will sell me a drink without an ID.
No.
Fake ID.
No, I've been thinking about
Did you
that
know
too.
I was
So
born in 2002? I've just been reinvented all over and over again.
no, it's crazy how time flies, but then you think back and some memories feel like yesterday. It's
Oh,
crazy.
so I know. It's like the time frame and shit. It seems kind of like a different dimension kind of trip. Well, what do they call it? Quantum physics kind of
Mhm.
shit.
Yeah, it's very
And
complicated.
I don't know if everything's happened in a time frame or did it all happen at once in the end with all.
Yeah,
That's pretty philosophical thinking, isn't it?
yeah, that's a different way to look at it.
Well, I tried to figure that one out, but I guess I never will
Yeah, it
until
would be
I
nice
get
to have
there.
all the answers.
Well, we're all gonna go back home one day, but I don't feel ready for it yet.
Yeah, you shouldn't
I
be.
don't know where the fuck home is, so I'm way worried.
Well, I saw that you played a couple of covers on the show. "Let It Be Me" by the Everly Brothers, which is a really
Oh
nice
yeah,
song.
I gotta thank you for Don Everly's brother. I mean son, excuse me. And Erin Everly, his daughter Axel, Rose's ex, she came to stay with me and Angela for 2 weeks. And after 6 months, I had to kick her out because I realized my dope started missing all the time. And
Oh wow.
she was nicking it. So
Hmm.
I had to do something about it. Kick
Yeah,
her out. Well, I gave her a week's notice. I was kind.
that was generous.
Yeah, well, 6 months of freeloading of us. Get your ass together, bitch. You know
Hmm.
what I mean?
Yep, gotta face the consequences.
Yeah.
Well, how do you continue to fuel your passion and creativity for music?
Well, I'm sure you, like me, and most of the people in this world got really fed up during the COVID fucking thing.
Yeah.
Thank God for the war in Ukraine. Now, I shouldn't say that, but it seems like when the war began, the hysteria disappeared.
That is
It's
true.
hardly on TV anymore. It's just actually my friend Tony has his place. Just when the war had started in Ukraine, we were watching it on the news. I fell asleep. The song, and I woke up. I slept like 3 hours, and it's still the same movie. It took me a few minutes to figure out I was watching fucking CNN or something.
Oh gosh, CNN, yeah, all those news channels, they just like to talk and talk.
I know, but I like to check out Al Jazeera, France Worldwide, BBC. So I get different opinions, and I try and kind of form my own. But what's happening there is pretty tyrannical.
I know, it's depressing.
I mean, war is never no solution for nothing. It's just suffering. Stands for everything I don't stand for.
Yeah, what's going on is totally unnecessary, and yeah, it's just heartbreaking.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It feels like we're going back in time sometimes. Like it's like we're back in the.
You know, when you see shit like they're killing civilians, children, women, becomes kind of barbaric. So it's very easy to sort of switch into a mode. We think all Russians are cunts, but it's not the Russians. It's one guy it's about.
Exactly.
That dude needs to have his fucking head examined.
Oh yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah. Well, did it slip out?
Well, I wanted to also ask you about your painting, because I saw that you're selling your paintings on canvas.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna be on the web. What? Hey, Layla, what's that web thing called? NFT. NFT. I'm going into the cyber world. Yeah.
Oh, I think I've heard of that, NFT.
Yeah, you've got like 12-year-olds who sell their scribbles for like millions.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, I don't get it. They pay with cyber money, but you can like order a new Mercedes with cyber money.
That's crazy.
It's like its whole world, and people buy these paintings to have them in their virtual homes. You can only sell one once. You know, it's yeah. I mean, if you want to check up on it, check it out. It's insane. I'll be there in a couple of weeks.
Oh, cool. You'll get a new Mercedes.
Fuck, I hadn't crashed them. I'm not so good. I like to drive too fast. Yeah.
I also wanted to ask you, I'm a big classic rock fan. Did you ever have any interactions with Queen or Freddie Mercury back in the day?
No, you know, those dudes I never met, even though I lived in London for quite a few years. I met about everyone else, all the 50s, great Chuck Berrys and Little Richards and all these motherfuckers. Great musicians, I mean. But those guys in Queen, I understood, were a bit more educated than most of us are, with the university degrees and shit, you know.
Yeah, like Brian May, I think it's an actor.
I ended up doing this crap when I was 13, and I'm still on the same road professionally. Nowadays, I look at 13-year-olds, and I get terrified. Like, what the fuck? I left home that young to play all around the world. Yeah, it's pretty insane, but that was my life. The guitar took me places I never thought I'd see, because I didn't even know about it.
Well, yeah, you've had a great career, and are you planning to come back to the States, hopefully, once
Yeah.
things settle down?
Apparently they're setting up a tour for the end of the year. The major cities. I don't wanna. I've already done the boomed up fucking service shows playing every shithole in the USA. So I think it'll be the major cities. So New York, Chicago, Detroit, Boston. You know, the usual big ones.
Right. Yeah, the big cities.
Yeah, because I don't like to stay on the road for 2 years anymore. I've
Mhm.
done it, seen it. I was on the road pretty much nonstop for 37 years. And it kind of wears you out. Living in hotels, flying every fucking day. Shit. And the
Yeah.
food, you gotta have your own chef or it all gets fucked up.
Yeah, you don't want to
Real
eat like fast food.
Right on.
Well, so your latest single was Seven Seas. Do you have new songs coming out in the near future?
I got a new record coming out. That one was actually released under very weird circumstances. We probably have to sue these people illegally in the US. So the next album is an album of old songs, basically covers of friends of mine and people I didn't know as well. Old songs that I thought should have been mega hits, but then nada happened with them.
Mm.
So I made an album like that. It's gonna be called Jukebox Junkie, and it's coming out or being released in the US by Cleopatra. Coming out, I believe, but I'm not quite sure about early autumn.
Okay.
Around there anyway. Can't give you the exact date because I'd be lying. I honestly don't. And if I tell you the right date, everyone would think I'm a witch again.
Yeah, they might come after you and ask you questions.
Yeah.
Might have your own reality TV
show.
show.
Bachelors, yeah.
Jukebox Junkie. Okay, I like that title.
You do?
Yeah.
I was one. I remember when they were in every bar. You know, I was born in '62, so they were pretty much everywhere. And we'd always through records they'd have, and we'd put on our favorite, whatever we could find in them. You know, that was really good. And it usually be some good rock and roll in there.
Yeah, well, actually, here in the States, vinyl records are becoming popular again. So it's
Same here in the EU, Europe. People are really in a big way going back to that. They just sound better. They do sonically.
Yeah, they
have
do.
A brand new vinyl with a good needle on the record player. The sound is more vibrant, more it can survive because it doesn't have to go. See, with digital shit, they have inbuilt like sequencers and frequency shit. They take away this, they pack it all tight together. So all air that's in the music, and air is a real important element in music. So it breathes. But it disappears when it's digital. But on vinyl, you can still feel the air. It's just, there's not so many limiters on the way to get the full product ready, you know.
Yeah, the listening experience is a better experience, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I grew up with vinyls, and I've really compared them. I've come to the conclusions that vinyls just bloody sound better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And what are your thoughts on newer rock bands out today? Are you a fan of any younger bands out today?
You know, I don't really follow what's happening out in my world. My hands are full with my own shit.
Hmm.
I don't have a clue, and I don't really give a shit. I know
I like your
that
honesty.
I play rock and roll. I have my buddies, and I'm not even interested. I haven't really heard anyone has really brought anything new, real new to the table since Hanoi Rocks back in the early 80s. The whole fucking, what was that scene called with that fucking little skinny guy? Well, I'm a little skinny guy too, but Kurt Cobain. What do they call
Oh,
that?
Nirvana, like the grunge era?
Grunge, yeah. To me, it was old. It was just like punk rock, you know, like the second wave, trying to get back to the roots. I don't know. I've just been playing the same old fucking rock and roll all my life. It's all based in that 50s shit, basically.
Mm.
I mean, Rocket 88, Ike Turner.
Well, I like your honesty. And I feel like, yeah, there's,
I tend to shoot straight, you know.
no, I agree. There's, it's hard to beat, you know, the original rock music that originated, like you said, in the 50s and 60s.
That's what I grew up with, you know. That's what I heard on the radio. That's what my mother and my dad listened to. So it's in me. And you know, it was horrible now when Charlie Watts passed away. I was like, what the hell? Charlie passed away. I thought about it. They've been around all my life. That's the one thing I could depend on. The Rolling Stones will make another record, you know. I don't know really if they're gonna just keep putting out singles every now and then. Someone else, or what's going down.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy to see, like, Paul McCartney is coming to Boston in a few months, and it's crazy
Yeah.
to think, you know.
Sir Paul McCartney.
Oh, right. Yeah, Sir Paul McCartney. My bad.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's amazing to see that these bands are and musicians are, you know, still going on tour and still.
Well, you know, I tried to I tried to retire at 50. What became of my retirement was hanging out in pubs, getting stoned, day after day after day for a couple of years. I just had to do. I started painting again. I started recording, doing stuff. I didn't really have a direction. Now I do. I don't think there is retirement in this kind of world because it's in the blood. It's not like being in a factory line, you know,
Mhm.
doing the same shit year after year. They steal your life. They pay you shit and you get a gold-plated watch as a thank you for your 50 years. That sounds like slavery to me.
It is corporate slavery.
Yeah. I couldn't deal with that. I've always been an artist and I like it that way. I suppose I've been very lucky because I've been very successful at what I do.
Yeah, that's amazing. You know, I think that's everyone's dream is to do their passion as a living.
It's been kind of quite a blessing, yeah. Yeah. Because I get paid to do what I like to do and I do it different every night. So every painting's different. I just let it flow. Usually the paintings, you know, like something totally else than I thought they would be. you know, girl. That's the way it goes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Andy, I really appreciate you taking time to chat with me. And, you know, when you're back in the States, I hope to, you know, see you live on stage.
Yeah, yeah, right on.
And
Would
I can't
do
wait to hear your new music.
Oh, yeah, it's better live. There's a lot of space for jamming out and shit. And I like right on the spot shit, you know, like searching in the wilderness and coming through it, you know, it's cool. I love jamming.
It
There'll be a lot of
sounds
guitar.
fun.
Yeah. Drip, 6 strings, 10 fingers. Well, really only 8 because, well, 9 because this one's behind the neck.
Ah, I like your rings.
Oh, you do. There's a lot of like inheritance stuff. But they're heavy. I can't keep them on when I play.
They get in the way.
Yeah, it's like fucking having a workout in that case.
Well, thanks again, Andy. It's been a pleasure chatting.
My pleasure. All right. You have a nice day.
You
Okay.
too.
Or
Take care.
evening or what the fuck it is there. By morning, it's
It's morning.
morning. Yeah, okay. Have a nice day, girl. Bye.